The following review has been approved by the Best of Classic Game Room. Banished from Earth Classic Game Room broadcasts from the intergalactic space arcade on its never-ending mission to review everything.
Sega Manx TT Superbike.
Welcome to Classic Game Room for the review of Manx TT Superbike on the Saturn, which I kept calling Manix. Remember Manix, the old TV show? No? Well, don't worry about it because Magnum PI was better. Manix, please, if you can't hire the A-Team or Magnum PI or Airwolf or Murder, She Wrote, then there's really no hope for you. Manix. Well, it did have a good theme song. And what does that have to do with this game? Everything. Because Manix was a private investigator who investigated things like crimes, but who actually busted those criminals? The cops from Chips. And what did they drive? Motorcycles. And what's this video game about? Motorcycles. You're winning races to solve crimes. Or at least, that's what I choose to believe, because the fact is there's not a whole lot I can say about this game other than the fact that it's good. It's an excellent Sega arcade-style motorcycle racing game. The only problem is it's extremely short, there's only 2 tracks, and you absolutely need the analog controller or steering wheel to play it. It runs smoothly, it looks good, it sounds good. I'm surprised it's taken me this long to play it.
The checkpoint.
I think I even like this one better than Hang On GP95. As you might expect from a motorcycle racing game, controlling the bikes is tricky. There's a couple to choose from. Some are slower with better handling, and then of course faster with less handling and control. The 2 tracks in the game are based on, or maybe they're copies of the real-world tracks from the Isle of Man TT, which is apparently a famous motorcycle race held on the Isle of Man. If the Isle of Man doesn't pick his socks up off the floor, does he get yelled at by the Isle of Woman? It took a good 5 minutes to come up with that bad joke, so please, just give it some time. No, it still sucks. Thankfully, the game is good. This is good because it plays really well. It's like one of the classic Sega arcade racers, like Daytona USA, with motorcycles on an island surrounded by water, which I guess technically makes it an island. But that doesn't explain Rhode Island. Why does that place exist? Anyway, back to this game. If you try to play it with the Saturn controller with the D-pad, you'll oversteer everywhere. So just don't do that. Get the analog controller. You know, the Nights into Dreams one, or the steering wheel. There's an arcade mode, a championship mode, and even 2-player gameplay. I think the visuals look great. Maybe it's because there's only like 1 track in the game, but they did a great job with it. You can save your best times, and if you enjoy games like Hang On GP or Daytona USA, you should add this one to your collection. Just make sure that when you search for it, you search for Manx and not Manix TT. I'm pretty sure they never made that game. This one is fairly easy to collect and not all that expensive, so if you think it looks good, it is. Trust me, this one's actually an excellent game. And I have a Classic Game Room shout out and thank you to send all the way. I just ran over that guy. That was awesome.
Passing the checkpoint.
Anyway, I have a Classic Game Room shout out and thank you to send to Felicity. Once again from Worcestershire, England. Thank you, Felicity. Although that guy I ran over probably doesn't thank you. He's most likely annoyed. I just ran over him. And I'm laughing about it. But the game is good, so. Manx TT Superbike on the Saturn.
Time is up and you didn't finish.
Game over. No! Game over.